The average net worth by age broken down here. Now, this may scare some of you guys. We're going to cover a couple things today. Average, which is higher, median, which is usually more of what the norm is out there, you would see essentially. Okay, this is all based on data released from the Federal Reserve, a voluntary survey, so take that as you will. Average net worth, if you are less than 35 years old, is $180,000 approximately. So, not too bad. Median net worth, $40,000. From what I see out there in the world, just talking with people about their finances too, and actually doing financial planning, this is pretty good. The median's more reflective of what's really happening out there in the world too, as well. A lot of it's just because we don't really have a help with personal finance. We don't really know what to do when we're young either. We haven't matured. We haven't thought about it yet. We don't have anyone helping us to do that. So, bonus points if you are working with a financial planner already and you're under the age of 35, very nice work. You're probably ahead of your peers just because you have someone to ask, someone to guide you and mentor you along the way here. All right, next bracket, 35 through 45. Average net worth is $550,000. Median net worth is $135,000. So you do see a pretty good increase here as well between those two. Typically, this is because this age you're starting to actually own and buy homes, which does create a lot of net worth for you over time, obviously. So if you bought a house in your 20s, you're again way ahead of your peers. Typically, most of us are going to buy in our 30s, though, and that's why we start to see this start to break upwards. So net worth is going to be your equity in your primary home, plus equity in any rentals that you've accrued as well. It's going to be your 401k through work or any kind of retirement plan similar to that, plus any other investment accounts, essentially, Roth IRA, brokerage, cash on hand, whatnot. Okay, next bracket. 45 to 55, average net worth is actually pushing $1 million here now in the country. And the median net worth is $250,000. So again, age 45 to 55, you're looking at about $250,000 of median net worth and $1 million of average net worth. Remember, this is, again, when you're getting better jobs, you're working consistently, your skill set has been honed, and these are typically your higher earning years as well as your 50s. Okay. Next bracket, 55 through 65. You are, again, earning here a lot too as well. A lot of folks start retiring, though, around this time, those 60, 65 mark. So that probably reflects some of this. But, again, you are in your higher earning years. You're stuffing a lot of money away. You're probably maxing out your accounts at this point. You've paid down a lot of any consumer debts. You've raised children, etc. So the average net worth for a 55 through 65-year-old is $1.5 million now, and the median net worth is $360,000 roughly. One more bracket up, 65 through 75. You have most likely retired around here or are going to pull the trigger and retire here as well. So what we start to see is instead of accumulating net worth, you're actually starting to tap some of that typically at this point through portfolio distributions, and honestly just enjoying what you've accomplished so far in life too. So you take your Disney cruise, you go travel the world, you enjoy your time off from work. Average net worth here for 65 through 75 is $1.8 million. So it actually does creep up a little bit more. And the median net worth is about 400 grand for this age range as well too. Again, working with clients from all kinds of different career paths and fields and walks of life, this is pretty common, I'd say, to kind of be nearing that, $500,000 mark roughly when you go to retire, especially if you are one of the generation to actually have a pension and whatnot to lean on top of your Social Security too, because it gives you a little more safety rails essentially when it comes to how much do you need to have in your retirement accounts. Okay, one more bracket up here. There's actually a decline at this point, obviously, because like I said, you get to enjoy what you've done typically. 75 plus, the average net worth is 1.6 million, and the median net worth is about 330,000. This doesn't shock me, obviously. A lot of us want you to actually spend your money, enjoy your money too as well, do a safe distribution rate typically. But because of volatility in the markets and who knows, maybe we're drawing more than the quote unquote safe amount. Totally fine. We want you to again, enjoy what you have. You don't necessarily have to leave everything behind to whomever is your beneficiary. So, all right, that's the numbers, guys. Hope you enjoyed them too. If you I feel behind or if you feel ahead, wonderful either way too. What you should really, really, really do and what we encourage you to do is obviously talk to people about money, essentially. Talk to a financial planner if you want to get ahead of your peers. Talk to anyone, soak in the content, soak in everything you can so that you can have a better life at the end here too. Because ultimately money is just a tool. It should be spent at some point, but let it do the work for you. You don't want to be changing your time, exchanging your hours or your time for money, for a check, essentially, as you start to age. So get ahead, throw some away. Remember, target